I think that sisters, what's really wonderful about, I think, religious women is where the need is, and wherever there's a need, you know, we respond to it, and we don't count the cost. I think that was a really big turning point for me because I began to see the injustices in the prison system. As I mentioned, I had taken him to see his father who was in prison, and I had never been in a prison. And so just to see that, and to see children having to visit their fathers or their parents or someone just to visit in a prison, and you know, the clanging of the doors, and it was a real eye-opener, I guess, for me. It was a turning point in my life. Even though I didn't change careers at that time or change ministries, I began to see how important it was to really look at the prison system. And you know, as years went on, I guess gradually I began to look at that more and more. And then I got this call after I was thinking of retirement, or at least, you know, downsizing a bit. And Father Dave Kelly called me to this ministry of the Precious Blood Ministry of Reconciliation, working as a restorative justice practitioner, and working particularly with mothers of our children who are suffering a lot from losses, from just from poverty, racism, struggles. But, you know, like this Saturday, probably about 15 to 20 mothers will gather here and sit in circle. We'll honor them, first of all, with a nice brunch. And then we go in circle and they share their struggles. And some of the mothers have lost their children to prison, and other mothers have lost their children to the streets, you know, just lost on the streets, and some have actually been murdered on the street. And they come together and share their pain, and they cry, and they love each other, and they offer each other support. And so it's kind of a beginning thing here, but it brings me great joy just to see them happy and see them having a place to come that they feel at home. So I believe in restoring relationships. So many relationships are broken, and even our boys here, you know, very few of them have a father in their life. And because, you know, our spirituality calls us to those who are far off to be brought close together. And I believe that's what our work here is about. I believe that most of my ministries have been about bringing people who are far off close together and restoring those relationships. And I think being called a sister of the precious blood, and really learning more and more what that charism really is, I think it called me to look more to those who are really marginalized, you know, those who are suffering from violence, those that were you know, the wounded. And so I think that the more and more I looked into our spirituality, it really called me to be about walking with those who are really part of the fractured world.